Well, we are sandwiched between two systems in central Minnesota Friday, but several disturbances are going to come through over the next few days. None of them will be big rain producers and will be briefly hotter on Monday, but the overall pattern may turn warmer next week. So we have two systems sort of sandwiching the central part of the state today. We've got a system moving through northern Minnesota, touching off some showers and thunderstorms there, and then a leftover cluster, large area of rainfall that'll be sweeping across the southernmost counties of Minnesota, probably leaving the Twin Cities, central Minnesota in between, though we could see as few stray showers hold together later tonight from that activity to the north. But we got this upper level low spinning over Hudson Bay, and literally spokes of energy or disturbances are kind of rotating counterclockwise around that, touching off the chance of some showers, especially in northern Minnesota, on and off the next few days. But again, none of these are going to be giant rainfall producers. So this evening, those showers and thunderstorms fill in a little bit more with daytime heating. Northern Minnesota, again, some of that might hold together. This is late tonight, early tomorrow. Most of it fizzling out, though. And the activity to the west kind of fizzles out also across southern Minnesota. But then heading into Sunday, here comes another little system sweeping in from the northwest. Again, mainly a northern Minnesota event, so the northern third or half of the state will have a couple chances of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. That's why they'll see the most rain probably that most of us will see over the next several days. This is through Wednesday, but still under an inch of rain. But hey, it's something. And then southwestern Minnesota, the corner, could get some decent rainfall. But in between, right over those severe drought areas of much of the Twin Cities and central Minnesota, will probably be left mostly without a lot of measurable precipitation. Slight risk of some severe weather too, or marginal risk, I should say. The slight risk is to the south. But we could see one or two storms produce some large hail, maybe a wind gust. Today, this is the hail outlook, but is potentially some high wind gusts because these are going to be pretty high-based storms. So the farther that air can fall, some of this dry, cool air coming in from the west into these storms could punch a couple of wind gusts out in the northern part of the state. Again, the threat is pretty minimal. Same thing on Sunday. Marginal risk for central and northern Minnesota with that next system, that one or two storms could produce some large hail or marginal winds around that 60-mile-per-hour threshold. For the most part, these will be pretty tame storms, just not a lot of organization for those storms. Below normal temperatures again today, upper 70s. This will be 4 in a row. That hasn't happened since late April. And then overnight, comfortable. Northern Minnesota, especially in the 40s. It is a little bit of a reinforcing cool front coming through behind that system tonight. And then by Sunday, normal temperatures. This is what you expect in July. Mid-80s again for the Twin Cities area, central Minnesota, 70s to the north. And as another little blast of cool air tries to move south, that's going to kind of squeeze this heat you can see off to the west. A little sliver of heat pushing into southern Minnesota literally just for Monday. And then some slightly cooler air dives south. But Monday could be very warm. Southern half of the state, upper 80s to around 90 degrees, maybe briefly borderline muggy too, but notice the difference. Northern Minnesota, where that cool air will be in the 70s. So this will not be widespread heat, will not last for long. We've been in this pattern all week of cooler than normal conditions for a change, with heat on the coasts, which have been largely cool so far this summer. That pattern may change late next week, though. Here's the heat dome kind of building in the west and trying to nudge east. That might kick this stuff out of here that's been centered over this middle part of the continent. So we'll see if we can get into that hotter pattern mid-July. That's what most of the models are hinting at. But in the meantime, enjoy these occasionally near normal or below normal temperatures with brief bursts of warmer temperatures like what we'll see on Monday. But tomorrow will probably be day 5 consecutively of cooler than normal temperatures in the Twin Cities. Only by a few degrees, of course, but hey, it's something that we haven't seen really for the last couple of months.